This isn't motivation. This is memory reprogramming. This is a hostile takeover of the weak parts of you that keep whispering, "I can't do this." Let me be clear, this video isn't here to inspire you. It's here to invade your hesitation, crush the lies your fear has been feeding you, and pull you through the fire. Because if you're still waiting for permission, still hoping the world gets softer, still praying for peace to make you powerful, you've already lost. Phase 1. The collapse that wakes you up. Every transformation begins with a collapse. Not the romantic kind, the brutal kind. The kind that leaves you breathless on a floor you never thought you'd touch. There's a moment, the moment where everything inside you starts cracking. Not because you're weak, but because your current version isn't built for what's next. Your chest tightens, your vision narrows, your brain screams for an escape. That's the portal. 99% run. The 1% they walk through, eyes open, heart pounding. They don't pray for it to stop. They ask one thing: what version of me is trying to be born through this pain? Because breakdowns aren't the end. They're upgrades in disguise, wrapped in chaos and sealed in silence. You want to evolve? Stop asking for motivation. Ask for the moment that breaks you and watch who stands back up. Phase 2. Rewiring reality while it burns. Let's get one thing straight. Your brain is not reacting to life. It's reacting to the story you tell about life. Pain hits. You scream, "Why me?" Rewired minds ask, "What part of me was built by this?" You say, "I can't take it." We say, "Let's see what I become because of this." That's not positivity. That's psychological warfare. It's called reframing under fire. It's not healing. It's not suppressing. It's transmutation. Not denial. Not numbness. You're not pretending the wound isn't there. You're dragging it into the light and giving it a job. When your emotions try to drown you, you don't beg for air, you learn to breathe underwater. Phase 3. Tactical emotion. How warriors feel without falling. Let me show you the difference between the broken and the reborn. The broken react. The reborn rehearse. We don't wait for hell to hit, we build it in our mind first. So when it comes, we don't flinch. We nod. You want to be unbreakable? Visualize the betrayal before it arrives. Stand in front of that rejection. Feel it. Own it. Then, rehearse the exact version of yourself that stares it down, shoulders back, breathing steady, eyes sharp. When the real thing hits, you don't crumble. You activate. Phase 4. Silence as a weapon. Here's a drill. It looks simple, but it's deadly. Do nothing. When you're triggered, pause. Say nothing. Do nothing. Not because you're weak, but because you're studying. You're choosing domination through delay. Reacting emotionally is handing your power to the moment. Silence is a sniper's breath before the shot. Next time you're disrespected, disappointed, dismissed, don't speak, don't defend, don't explain. Mentally take notes. And then respond later, calm, calculated, surgical. You don't just become unpredictable, you become uncontrollable. Phase 5. Build the command phrase. Words don't motivate you, they command you. Pick one phrase. Burn it into your core. Say it when you're exhausted, anxious, rejected, forgotten. I am not reacting, I am rewriting. No emotion controls me, I control the response. This isn't pain, this is programming. Repeat it in storms, say it in silence, make it your override. Over time, it won't just be a mantra. It'll be your trigger for power. Phase 6. Impulse is a liar. Emotion wants to act now. You must learn to wait. You feel rage? Document it. You want to quit? Write it down. You're desperate to reply? Let it burn off. Wait 24 hours. If you still believe it after the fire's out, then act. But most of the time, you'll be glad you didn't. You don't need to control every emotion. Just master the first 10 seconds. Phase 7. Emotional fasting. Kill the parasites. Pick one emotion that's been feeding off you. Guilt, insecurity, anger, approval addiction. Then, fast from it for 7 days. No expression, no indulgence, no justification. Observe it, deny it. Journal the lies it whispers. Then do the opposite of what it tells you. By the end of that week, you'll realize something terrifying and freeing. That emotion wasn't part of your power, it was feeding on your power. Phase 8. The power trap. Don't become the villain. Here's the dark side of becoming unshakable. People stop telling you the truth. They start obeying you, fearing you, idolizing you. And that feels good, until it doesn't. Because now, you're not leading, you're isolating. You're not connecting, you're controlling. If no one can challenge you, you're not powerful. You're untouchable, and untouchable leaders become tyrant. Do not become the monster, you survive. If you forget what it felt like to crawl, you'll start punishing others for not running. Phase 9. Write the code that binds you. When you can justify anything, you need rules you don't break even when no one's watching. That's your code. I do not punish others for my past. I never fake emotion to manipulate connection. If I lose empathy, I've lost the game. This code isn't for the weak, it's for the powerful. Because the stronger you get, the more dangerous you become. Your code is the only thing that keeps your monster on a leash. Phase 10. Find the ones who don't fear your fire. You weren't meant to evolve alone, because strength without reflection is just armor. Find people who don't shrink when you don't react, who don't need you to be soft, but won't let you vanish behind the steel. You need one place, just one where you can set the blade down. A journal, a moment of silence, a conversation that doesn't end in dominance, but in truth. That place, that person, that pause, that's what keeps you human. Final phase, presence over power. When you reach the final stage, nothing breaks you, but nothing moves you either. You've become a fortress, but somewhere inside, your soul is still whispering. Remember why you started. Presence isn't emotion, it's awareness. It's standing in the fire but still hearing your heartbeat. Still knowing who you are beneath the tactics. This is your final weapon. To remain powerful without becoming empty. To feel fully without falling apart. To stay sharp but soft by choice. Because the real monster isn't the one who breaks others. It's the one who could but doesn't. So here's the truth. You were never meant to beg for peace. You were born to build clarity in chaos. To walk through storms like wind. To lead without controlling. To dominate without losing your soul. You've trained your mind, now train your heart. You've built power, now carry it like a sword, not a shield. Stay precise, stay dangerous, but never stop being human on purpose. Because real power is being untouchable and still choosing to feel.